Shabbat Shalom, giving all the praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashum, Yahushai, Ba'ashum, Ra'ach Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations unto the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And it's just another indicator that when the Lord told us that there would be earthquakes in various places, and there's other things also that are at play before the Lord returns. And this was in yesterday, where Indonesia had a devastating earthquake that caused a lot of damage. And now, according to the reports, rescuers searched through rubble of quake, 268 dead. All right, and the thing about how the Heavenly Father judges is you never know your time. You never know when you get caught up in these type of tragic events. All right, and that's why we're to fear the Heavenly Father, because you never know where the Lord can place you. All right, let's get real quick Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 12. And it says, "For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them." And in these times that we're coming into, where the Lord is bringing, continuous, catastrophic situations to the earth, that's, resulting in a lot of people dying, a lot of people suffering loss, damage. All right. Putting people in danger. Well, this is why we have to be alert. The scriptures tell us, I believe it was Yahushai that said it in the book of Luke, the 21st chapter, not to be overcharged with, surfeiting and the cares of this life, and that day come upon you unawares. All right, because it's going to come upon the world suddenly. So fear the Heavenly Father, man, and watch as well as pray. All right, but these are the signs that we're at the end of this thing. Okay. And I'm not going to read this whole article because I got a few more things I'm going to pull up, but this is all related, because we're dealing with the aspect of, earthquakes appearing all over the world, and it's all simultaneous. All right, there's actual sites that you can actually track the latest earthquake and what magnitude it falls up under. And we see these things. You can't tell me that this word isn't true. All right. And this is from Cianjur, Indonesia. Indonesian rescuers use jackhammers, circular saws, and sometimes their bare hands Tuesday to shift the rubble of flattened buildings as they search for the dead and missing from an earthquake that killed at least 268 people. With many missing, some remote areas still unreachable, and more than 1,000 people injured in the 5.6 magnitude quake. The death toll was likely to rise. Hospitals near the epicenter on the densely populated island of Java were already overwhelmed, and patients hooked up to the IV drips lay on stretchers and cots in tents set up outside awaiting further treatment. Okay. It says Indonesia is frequently hit by earthquakes, many much stronger than Monday's, whose magnitude would typically be expected to cause light damage. But experts said the shallowness of the quake and inadequate infrastructure contributed to the severe damage, including caved-in roofs and large piles of bricks, concrete, and congregated metal. And so their infrastructure isn't strong enough to withhold or withstand in an earthquake, which is why they suffered that kind of damage. All right. The quake was centered on the rural, mountainous Kayenjer district, where one woman said her home started shaking like it was dancing. All right. And, being a Cali native, I know how it is. All right. And that's why in Cali, most of the homes and buildings are structured to withhold or withstand during an earthquake. That's why when we do have quakes, it's not too much damage. All right. We've been through enough damaging quakes, man. All right. Certain, freeway overpass bridges. You had times when there was a major earthquake. I believe the Northridge one back in '94. I was a kid when that happened. But yeah, it happened all the way in Northridge, 30 miles plus away. But in South Central LA, we felt it, and it was bad. A lot of shelves fell over, picture frames falling off the wall. I remember that. I remember my mom coming in our rooms and covering over us. That was devastating, but it wasn't too much damage, in the inner city. But where the epicenter was, you had a freeway, and I believe the overpass, which was pretty high, that shit collapsed. And I'm not sure if people got caught up under there and died, but it was bad, man. And really, shit, Babylon in itself, America, the infrastructure of America is trash. And that's another sign that this place is through. All right. But, going back to this story, hey, who caused it? Who brought this, man? The Heavenly Father. Let's get Amos 3 verse 6. And it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not afraid? Should there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? All right. And let me get the other translations. In NLT, it says, when the ram's horn blows a warning, shouldn't the people be alarmed? Does disaster come to a city unless the Lord has planned it? Yeah. When NIV, when a trumpet sounds in a city, do not the people tremble? When disaster comes to a city, has not the Lord caused it? So yeah, the Lord caused that earthquake. Okay, and it's typical, it's usual, in Indonesia, as well as over in the Philippines, over in parts of China, Japan, where they get those crazy earthquakes all over the Pacific. You got a lot of fault lines throughout the Pacific. And that's why, hey, it's going to be that much more deadly on the day of the Lord, when those missiles hit. That's why it talks about how the earth is going to shake to and fro, because a lot of those tectonic plates and those fault lines are all going to activate, all right, from the impact. And the whole world is going to shake, man. He talks about that in Revelation 11. After the elect of Israel gets caught up into the cloud, and it says, and their enemies beheld them, and there was a great earthquake before them. So it's going to be massive. It might be like 20.0 or some shit, man. We don't know, but it's going to be very devastating. All right. And then it's going to be a lot of the death toll is going to be something like never before, basically since the first death. It's going to be a lot of death, man. A lot of people are going to die, even if they're not even in Babylon. It's going to be people on nearby islands that's more than likely not going to make it. All type of tsunamis hitting all over the place, man. So, all these different various earthquakes that are happening before the Lord, these are all just, intros, man. Okay? It's all mild in comparison to the day of the Lord. So anyway, you go to this site right here, Volcano Discovery, where you can actually you can see all the major earthquakes worldwide. All right, you see all those those red circles. That's where they all have hit. All right, the past month. So you see, it covers all over the world. And then down here, this is all showing quakes, the magnitude of 5 or higher. All right, 172 quakes altogether in the past month. All right. And you just had one in the Solomon Islands, 5.2. All right. A bunch of them in the Pacific Ocean, the South Pacific Ocean, you got a 5.2. This is all today, this morning. Well, really on that side of the world, they're hours ahead of us, even a whole day, ahead of us, so it already happened. And, we're just finding it out back here in the States. But this is recording everything, man. Showing you that the scriptures is hey, it's true. All right, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. So the Solomon Sea got hit up. You had one off the coast of Oregon yesterday in the North Pacific. 18 reports that they felt that. At 5.5, southwest of Alaska. .2 hit the Philippine Sea, Japan. 2 reports they felt it. So this is all within the last couple of days. You had one that hit the Crete Islands off the coast of Greece. Okay. And I believe in the States, you had one that just hit Texas, West Texas, man. They felt that they had a quake in Texas, man. So, yeah, this is all fulfillment, man. The Lord saying that there will be earthquakes in diverse places. South China Sea, Indian Ocean, so they all hitting up in the oceans. And then this devil do a lot of fracking, and that causes them too. The tectonic plates, shift a lot when they do a lot of fracking. I believe there was a back-to-back 3.0 earthquakes in somewhere in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was either Georgia or it was in Louisiana. I believe Louisiana. All right. So let's get a couple more precepts. We'll get the main ones, and we'll close out. We'll get the one to 2nd Ezra 9. Then we'll just go to Yahushua. 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings, and wonder and powerful works, and endings, and effects and signs. All right. And how will we be preserved and delivered from these perils? It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you have believed shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. All right, so no, you're not going to board a plane and go fly to South Africa or wherever you think you're going to be safe in the earth and believe that that's what's going to deliver you. No, you're gonna escape the judgments by your works of faith, whereby you believed on the Messiah, you believe that he's gonna do miracles, that he's gonna protect us, that he's gonna have mercy upon us. Okay? And let's go to Yahushua. So Matthew 24. Starting at verse 6, it says, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And a lot of that is going on. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So, hey, there it is, man. The Lord was spot on with it. And we're seeing it come to pass. Okay? So let's just keep on, let's keep our eyes open, our third eye open. Be circumspect, walk circumspect, because we know that the days are evil, man. Let's continue to, send them prayers up and continue to do what we're supposed to do. All right? Do the first works. All right. So anyway, with that, I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And to the next lesson, Shalom.